All right, everybody. I haven't put out a YouTube video in a while, so I thought I will start putting out some highlight videos of some of the trades that I've been taking with VolPro Edge. We've got a great community inside the Discord. Lots of members doing really well. Other members taking their time, learning the methodology, getting a firm foundation underneath their feet. But things are just awesome, and I'm so happy that we've got such a great community. And I wanted to share my trades from today with you and just kind of how I go about a typical day using VolPro Edge. Right now we're in San Jose, Costa Rica. We just had our baby 2 days ago, a little baby girl, healthy, 8 pounds, eight and a quarter pounds, about 21 inches in length, and she's very sweet, happy, healthy. So we rented a penthouse here in San Jose, Escazú, um, near the hospital in case anything happened with the home birth, but everything went great. So we'll be here until the 1st, and then we're back to Jaco by the beach. I can't wait to get back to some surfing. It's going to be awesome. But for now, just working from San Jose. Have quite a big office here. I had to set up in the living area, so you'll see my family walking back and forth behind me. The grandparents flew in from the States. Lots of fun things going on. So yeah, but of course, always trading, and let's get into it. So today on my Top Step XFA, I haven't really been trading these that much. I've been pretty flat for the last few days. These two XFAs with about 5 grand each. I've had these now for maybe 10 days. Just kind of waiting for the right opportunity with these. Not in a rush. This was the trade I hit today. I was down about $1,000 on this account, so I made 10K shorting the Nasdaq. And then my balance ended up positive $9,000 in that XFA. So that was pretty much the trade of the day. Also had 420 bucks across 5 Tradeify accounts that I'm hopefully working toward a payout in those. So that was another couple grand. Yeah, so a good day overall. But I want to show you the realities of trading, which is that we don't know what's going to happen on any given day. We have an edge. VolPro Edge works really well. We do full end of day analysis. That's one of my alerts. Full end of day analysis every single day in the members area where I go over all the major futures markets. When I say all, I'm not kidding. We cover them all. And, we lay out if there are any good swing trades like this week for wheat and corn, called good longs at the start of the week. Some of the members did get in on those. I didn't get my entries filled, but those things rocketed all week. So great call nonetheless. And then for those of us who like to mix in some day trading, we do our daily analysis with our directional bias. We put the levels on the charts, which I'm going to show you here shortly. And then you just use everything I teach in the course to try to get good at executing VolPro Edge in your preferred manner. There are so many different ways to trade it. Many different people are doing many different things and making money with it. And it's all about personalizing it to your life, your experience level, your risk tolerance, how much time can you spend in front of the computer? Do you like to watch every tick, or do you have a job? Do you like to be with your family? Do you like to check in on the charts from time to time? There's so many different ways to use VolPro Edge. So I'm going to show you how I use it, and I'm going to try and do daily recaps of my trades. So today, this is the Nasdaq, and I came into today thinking it was going to be more choppy. That's what I put in my end of day analysis yesterday. I always do it right at the close of the day around 5 p.m. Eastern. I try and get it out around 6 p.m. Eastern for when the market reopens so that we're all ready to act for the next 24 hours. And so I came into today expecting more chop. Let me get my drawing tools here. I know I'm very white. I got a lot of natural light coming in at me from the window. We're way up high. We're looking out over the U.S. ambassador's residence in San Jose, Costa Rica. It's pretty cool. Anyway, so I came in thinking, this is the daily chart here with the Nasdaq. I thought that we were going to see more of a range. I did call a resistance level here because we have lots of VolPro Edge resistance dynamic market levels coming in right in here. Just kind of, I thought that would push down on price, but I did think we would have more support down here than we did. We kind of piled straight down and through that level, but you never know what's going to happen, and nobody does. So anybody that says they know what's going to happen is full of shit. You just got to, plan for your day, try to trade your plan, adjust to what the market is actually doing, and then you just do it day by day by day. It's a marathon, not a sprint, right? So to start the day, this is ES. Let's look at NQ. So with NQ, these are my levels here. I mark these off for the members, and give my analysis. So, I would say most days keeping you on the right side of the market, giving you really good trade ideas across not just the Nasdaq, but many many different markets: gold, silver, bonds, platinum, copper, corn, wheat, soybeans, all the different markets, crude oil, natural gas, the energies, all this. So I thought today, remember, we're not a guru, so we don't know what's going to happen, right? So when this pulled back here, I took one short at like right up in here at, I talked about this in the chat in the Discord. It was like 92 I entered, 21,392. And then I could just see it was kind of not doing what I wanted. So I closed it at break even. And then, it looked like it could have, at this point, it's like, okay, are we going to roll over back down? Because at this point, ES was down, in the middle of its range. The Dow was down. It just looked like the Nasdaq shouldn't be up here at that moment, right? So I took another shot short. I think I got out at 20. I got in at like, 94, 95. So I lost like 600, say $600 on that trade. But then when I lost that 600 on that trade, so that was my first fishing expedition for the day, betting against all this resistance that I thought was here, right? So I lost about $600 there on that XFA that ultimately I ended up making 10 grand on, 9,000 in profit, but lost 600 there. And then I saw the ES was at that moment here, and we were still kind of just hanging out here as the Nasdaq was breaking through its resistance up there. And so I thought, let me throw on a couple of ES, and I just made like 6 or 7 points and made back what I had lost on the Nasdaq. I was like, okay, I should have held it for longer. I really should have, but I was kind of trading my book. I was like, I'm happy to just get back to even, take a little, breath of fresh air, let this market develop, let it see what it wants to do. So on NQ, then I was watching and waiting. And when we fired up here, we had a really nice flash here on the 50,000 volume chart. This is a 50,000 contract volume chart. This is what I like to use on the Nasdaq intraday, trading it into the daily levels, right? So we had a flash up there, and yeah, we did break some resistance, but we were right into, on the daily chart, we were right into this beautiful resistance pocket. Just all these highs up here. The weekly chart has some resistance up there. We've already come so far. I just felt like we need to give some back, So as this tried to push higher, I just said, no, I don't think so. So I went short at like, can't remember the exact number, but call it like 21,525 or something, right in here. My stop was back in here on that XFA, and I could have lost the XFA. I really could have. I was risking the whole thing, no doubt about it. But that's what I like to do. And so, yeah, then when it started dropping, my target was way down here, made about 150 points. Was it there? No, it was probably here. I don't know. I made 150 points from here to here. Could have held it longer. Obviously, I didn't know that because I don't have a crystal ball. But it was a good trade nonetheless. Really nice profit there. So that was my Nasdaq trade and the ES trade I showed you. And then looking at the other charts here, I'm just going to show you. I track all these in the end of day analysis, and then also, just all day I'm watching them. I've got my alerts here set, notifying me when these bars are closing, so I can go see if anything's going on. And I try and keep people in the members chat, hey guys, I'm long crude now, or I'm short silver, or whatever. Look, the market moves fast. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to like use me as a signal service, but I'm trying to teach you VolPro Edge and show you how I use it and tell you what I'm doing in real time, so you get a sense of how I do things, right? So you can see all the markets up here. Here's gold. Gold wasn't really doing anything for me today. This was my level for gold here. I had this, this was in the end of day analysis. I had this marked out, yesterday's close when I do my analysis. We don't know that any of this is going to happen. So just block all that out. We don't know any of that. We don't know any of this here. But we do know VolPro Edge, and we know the daily chart, what it's doing. We have our types of trading, our multiple time period analysis. We use the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly charts, all these things. So the daily broke these two, really important dynamic market resistance levels on close. I thought, gold's looking bullish here. The weekly looks like it wants to head higher up to about 33.60. We got a key level up there I think it wants to go to. The weekly's in congestion action cycling, which is something I teach in the course. It's going from one side of the envelope to the other on the weekly because the weekly is cycling. It's in congestion. We have rules for all these things. VolPro Edge is a complete system. You can use it on any market, any time frame, however you want. Scalp, day trade, swing trade, position trade, whatever. So with all that said, I thought gold was going to continue to push higher, right? And inside the members area, you've got the video archives of all these end of day analysis going back since we started almost 2 months ago. And you can go back and just look at the video, look what happened the next day. Look at the video, look what happened the next day. And they're really, really good. Am I right every time? No. But the majority of the time, we're making good calls. We're on the right side of the market. We're picking off good levels. And then, yeah, you got to figure out how to use VolPro Edge to execute it and turn that information into money. But hey, you're way ahead of the game if you come into every day with the directional bias, key levels. You've got the system here that you can trade trends, you can trade congestions, range bound markets, you can trade momentum breakout, you can do everything with VolPro Edge. So with gold here, this was my level heading into the day, my support. I marked this out for all the members. In fact, let me go ahead and just bring up the members area, and I'll show you guys. All right, so here's the public part of the Discord. You can join with the link below this video. If you want to just come into the Discord, it's free. Just come on in, hang out. We got a lot of cool people. And if you ever want to become a member, try it for a month. You got nothing to lose. Probably going to lose more on blown challenges than you would on 1 month of VolPro Edge. And VolPro Edge can change your life, and more blown challenges with prop firms probably won't change your life, right? Probably dig you a deeper hole. It's not really a good situation. So look, this is the members area here. So you can see right here, you got Andy's. I've started to give some signals here. When I see them, it's hard to give signal, guys. It really is. You're not going to follow every signal, but just ideas. But the real trading ideas are right here in Andy's daily analysis. This is where I use VolPro Edge. Here's the one I just posted for today. Here's the one I posted yesterday, day before that, so you can see all these guys. This is where I lay it out for the day ahead. And now I've just started adding the daily levels here. So you can see yesterday, all these levels here, summary. This is what I expect. Here are the levels, right? Boom. I mean, you've got it all just delivered right up. You could ask questions. You have trade plan ideas, trade review. You can see what different people are doing. Come on in and check out VolPro Edge Strategy Wins and see what people are doing. Like Rafa, he's just killing it, right? So it's really cool. Anyways, you should come on in and check it out. So this level here on gold was already here, and I was waiting for a pullback to that level. I didn't get it, so I didn't do anything on gold, right? Silver here, I took one shot. It's one of my trades today on my Tradeify accounts where I actually made my $400 across 5 Tradeify. So that's $2,000 total on those accounts. When silver was reversing up here, I took a short right in here, and I wanted this to run. I thought, hey, because ultimately I was very bullish today, silver, but we never got a pullback to my support level here, this area. This was my support level, the key level that I outlined for everybody. Say, if we pull back to this level, that's where I'm going to be looking to get long. We didn't pull back there. That's fine. But then once we pushed up here and we started to roll over a little bit, that was when the Nasdaq was collapsing. I just made my 10K on the Nasdaq short. I thought, if the Nasdaq's going to keep, continue to collapse here, silver could push back down here and then rebound. So I thought, let me get a piece of that. I went in one contract in each of my Tradeifys right around here. And at one point I was up like $750 and I moved my stop to break even. And then as this started to pull back, I could see the Nasdaq was also doing a temporary bounce, and silver I'm very bullish on right now. If you go look at all my videos, I lay out very clearly where we're at right now, where I think we're going for the next week, the next month, all of that. I'm very bullish on silver. So I knew that I didn't want to hold this short, for too long. And instead of letting it come back and take me out at break even, I gave it a chance to run. It didn't. I took a $400 win. I was like, hey, that's great. And that was the right call because it would have come right back up and I would have got nothing. And sometimes I do get nothing, like on crude oil, which I'll show you. That was my other trade, my last trade of the day. So here was copper. Copper, you can see this was my level for the day. We didn't really get there till the end of the day. I was busy at that point. Here we almost got there. Beautiful pocket extension. Had this been a little lower for those in London, that was a great buy for copper, laid out before the start of the day, before any of this even happens. Platinum, my level was way down here. We tried to get there in London, but we didn't. And then we just ripped. I was saying bullish, platinum for sure. Platinum's very bullish right now. Ultra bonds, 30-year bonds didn't do anything. Crude. So crude, ultimately I came into the day with this level here at 62. You can see here, but see, my intraday charts weren't confirming. We were just trending straight down. So when we got here, I was watching this. Was I tempted to buy it? No, because we're in a trend down on VolPro Edge. I thought, well, once we get down here and we started to find a little bit of a reversal here, I thought, we might start to push up from here, maybe head back up in here, possibly. We saw some really good buying on the footprint. We were moving inside the envelope bottom here. These are things I teach guys. So I went long here, and we, one contract in each of my Tradeifys. At one point, those were up like 350 bucks. You know, we pushed up here. I moved my stop to break even because, you know, I wanted to see if this was going to go like this. And then I would have made like 1,000 or 1,500 bucks on each one of my Tradeifys. But instead, it reversed. It took me out at break even, and then I was done with crude. So that's the way I like to trade. I'm trying to think. Those are the trades that I took today. I'm going to try and, you know, do like a highlight video for YouTube every day and show you guys how we're using VolPro Edge and how you can use it too. And I'd really encourage you to come on in, you know, the member section and check it out, because it has the power to change your life. It's already changing the lives of the people who have come in and started dedicating themselves to studying it and learning it and paying attention to the end of day analysis. I do every single day for all the futures markets, using VolPro Edge to analyze the markets the same way that I teach it in the course. I trade what I teach. I do the end of day analysis based on all that stuff. You're not going to find anything like this out there. And a lot of people are doing very, very, very well with it because it works. So it's not me. It's not like, oh, I'm a signal service and you have to follow me. No, VolPro Edge stands on its own. It's independent. It works. And the way I teach it works because other people are having success. They're passing challenges for the first time. They're getting their payouts for the first time. They're getting back-to-back-to-back payouts for the first time. They've got momentum going. So it's an awesome place, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. And we got a great, great community with super cool people. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Hope this helps. You know, last little bit of info at the open here. For those of you who stuck with this video, I'm going to be looking to maybe jump on board the Nasdaq short if I see some selling in Asia. You can see here, and I talked about this in the end of day analysis video that I already did for everybody, but here's the Nasdaq weekly chart. I think we're headed probably down here somewhere right now. The daily is looking like it wants to roll over, enter congestion down, maybe push to the downside. So I'm going to look to maybe try and catch a short in Asia. And then during the day with New York tomorrow, depending where we are, I've got some key support levels outlined down here that I'm, you know, maybe try and look to buy for a push up like that, and then a push back up like that. We'll see what happens, right? It's day by day by day, but that's what I'm looking for in the Nasdaq. I hope that helps, and I hope you're all doing very well. And if you can remember, try to like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, leave a comment, you know, whatever. I appreciate it. It helps.